What is going on, YouTube? Hi, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hello. This is one of many videos I'm going to be recording, and frankly, they're going to be long ones. They're going to be very, very long videos. Why are they going to be long videos? Because I am working on how to become a day trader myself. We opened a paper account with TradingView. We have our brokerage set up. I would very much like to learn how to day trade. And I think what I'm going to do for these kinds of videos is I'm going to create one really big video encompassing different aspects of the building blocks because, I'm learning. And I'd like to be able to take a trade on this in like the next couple of weeks. I want to learn how to trade, execute trade, be done with trade, the like, right? Right now, what am I doing? I think what I want to do is get a firmer understanding of the building blocks that I'll be using all throughout day trading. So that's breaker blocks, order blocks, fair value gaps, inverse fair value gaps, liquidity sweeps, as well as SMT divergences. What are some others? Valid fair value gaps, the building blocks, essentially. These are going to be longer set videos just because I don't want to shy away from learning something new. And to be completely honest with myself and to you, I understand that I'm going to make a mistake so great. One of these videos is going to get me called out. Someone's going to say something. You should have seen that coming a mile away, man. What the heck? You should have seen that. Why didn't you? I'm going to make that mistake. And I can't wait to get called out on it because it's something so small and minute that I think, honestly, right now, because I haven't had the experience of losing that much money when it comes to day trading, or at least in my opinion, that much money. It's a lot to others. That even though I missed it, I can still say while I am there at the present, I did what I could at the time. I missed it because I missed it. There's no other way of putting that. Without further ado, I'm going to queue up a video on my laptop of the same video I've been watching for the past week and a half now. I've been learning from this one video. I've been taking in every single thing this guy has got to say. If you don't know what I'm talking about, TJR Trades. His @ will be in the description of this video. And in this description of the video will also be the link to his YouTube video. All of what I'm basing my ability to do this as with, right, will be from that video specifically. Again, this is me learning. This is not me advising. Does that make sense? I am learning this criteria for myself. He has encouraged his viewers to take notes based off his video. That is what I intend to do. I intend to take notes. I intend to learn this. Currently, right now, we are approaching New York market open Monday. There is a resource I need to look at before I get too far in to what I'm doing to ensure that the market isn't going to do anything super crazy. I can realistically say that, okay, so there are two red folders. Core retail sell, wait, is this today? Monday, 17th? Yes, gold. So New York pre-market is 8:15, housing starts. Cool. And then core retail sells, two red folders. This has nothing to do with us at the moment, though it might be minorly impactful. I'm not seeing any special acronyms that I should be avoiding. I think news is okay. So the market shouldn't be doing anything stupid and shouldn't be jumping all over the place, going crazy. We should be seeing typical price movement. And this is looking at the NASDAQ. If we wanted to, we could actually look at the S&P 500. I've already done the honors of hunting down the most recent lows here and here for the hourly. I also want to mention that if we go up to the daily and we zoom way out here, even on this time frame here, you'll notice that we were actually in the middle of, we just broke structure to the upside for this right here. I noted this as a retrace because we are in an overall downtrend, and this retrace, it broke structure. So before we get too crazy, before I get too crazy and just talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and wasting both of our time, look up this video now. Here, because I'm not listening to music on that. That allows me to actually plug in another headset. That's right, chat. Second headset. What? He's using another? Why? I'm right here. You should be listening to me. I know, chat. I know I should be listening to you. You want to know why, though, I can't be listening to you? Because there are a lot of you out there, and I know someone's got an opinion on what I'm doing and how I'm doing things. And I would honestly like it if I had the peace and quiet of mind to learn something for myself before I go thinking I can teach it to anyone else. And to have an opinion shoved my way, nicely shoved my way, I would very much like to have the opportunity to know what the did not mean to sign out. Why did that sign out the way it did? Because my ears are now blasted apart. I'm going to do this. Boom. I can now hear everything. There and there and there and there. Yay. Without further ado, I'm going to start actually watching this. I'm actually going to find where it starts going over breaker blocks. Because, actually, so he starts with break of structure. What is break of structure? It's when the structure is broke. You have a general downtrend. I know this. How do you define a break of structure? Well, let's take this in increments. You have a lower high, lower low on a downtrend, right? Each consecutive move after is forming a, guess what? Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, a break of structure, is when the next high closes above the previous high. So, lower low, higher high. Break of structure. Makes sense? And now we are officially broken because, well, we haven't really closed on this candle, I don't think. I don't see. We still have 9.5 hours before this candle right here completely closes, right? This is on the daily. With that being said, if this closes above this candle, which means it's going down, right? It closes above this candle, right? Down, close, down, close. If this closes above this close here, that will be a confirmation break of structure. We are moving up now. We are no longer moving down. The structure is no longer valid. From there, because the daily is used per his video to determine where we are along the timeline, because each one of these candles represents a day. We're not taking trades off the day, though we could if we wanted to. It's the same chart all the way around. It's entirely more risky, and honestly, seeing a steep down like this right here, it's a bit scary. So I'm going to focus on what this guy does, which is he trades on smaller within the trend, so he's getting the best opportunity possible with the smallest amount of risk to losing money in his portfolio. So I now know where I am. We are on a downtrend. We just broke structure to the upside. Allow me to zoom in to the 4 hour, because that's what he likes to do. We'll zoom way in here. Boom. Ready. Awesome. What am I seeing here? On the 4 hour, he doesn't really mark anything except the most recent highs and lows. And I think I've pretty much already done that, with the exception of the few, like, right in this here, right? Because session, this was the start of Asian session, London session. We're about to open on New York session now. The most recent high off of this would have been right here. And this would have been before Asian session, so we're not marking session highs and lows. We're marking the most recent highs and the most recent lows. This was the most recent low. This right here would have been the most recent high. Just to have that there. Because this high was closed above, I don't think this is needed anymore. And as a result, we now have our most recent highs and our most recent lows to come back from. And again, we broke structure with this candle's, well, with this candle right here specifically. We broke structure on this candle. And from here, it's continuing to move up. And as we can see on the MACD here, we are forming a higher high. So, that being said, I'm not going to rely on this tool very much, just because this was a piece of advice I found from another YouTuber, just to look at this as a glancing measure of where price is and if my hypothesis is correct for the day. You'll rarely see me use this. I think from here, we want to go down to the 1 hour. This is where he marks his highs and lows for the sessions leading up to market open. So session high would be something like this. Between this candle and this candle, between the open candle and the closed candle, we have the highest high here. Boom. We have the lowest low here. And how do you determine the lowest low? Between a down and up candle. First comes down, then goes up. The lowest point between the two is right there. Boom. The highest high, up, down, is right here. So there wasn't really a low formed within this. I imagine it'll be on this candle, or actually it could very well be on this candle specifically. As a result, we can go ahead and mark the highest point it got right there. Boom. And even if this right here, right, decides to close down, right, into a red candle, it takes the price high. So we have an up-down, highest point between the two, up there, without question. We know that's formed. It's there. As you can see as well, something I ought to mention, because we are on the hourly at the moment, right? Not that. This one right here. We had a fair value gap, it seems. That is the wrong tool. How do I? This. So I know how to draw now. That's cool. Yeah, we had a fair value gap in this right here. And it was, in fact, disrespected. So that is an inverse fair value gap. Per the notes and the video, inverse fair value gap is confirmation that we're going to see continue confirmation and reversal, which means there was a liquidity sweep somewhere. Not mistaken. We'll get to this in a second, because fair value gaps mean continuation, which that's what this is right here. This is a fair value gap. Inverse fair value gap is when it's been disrespected. So in an uptrend, right, because we did break structure on these candles right here, we had fair value gap form, and then it was disrespected when this candle right here closed above it, signaling that, in fact, it is going to continue going higher in price. We are going to see a new high formed, potentially in New York session, which is gold. We want to go for a long position off of the New York session. As a result, let's actually continue watching his video while candles are forming, just to see what price does. Because as I'm gonna speed run this, kinda. I'm gonna watch this video. This is gonna be a mock video for essentially everything I do, right? I'm gonna learn everything. I'm gonna say it in this video as I'm learning it, so I can just look at my own video and know from this what to do. We're going to be here for a minute, just an FYI. While he's describing how to identify breakup structures, he says to note the highs, the higher highs and the higher lows of that trend, right? Or in a downtrend, the lower lows and the lower highs. As you can see, per this right here, we have been in a downtrend for a while now. Consistent downtrend. It wasn't until we broke structure with a higher high right here. This candle right here was our break of structure on the hourly time frame, on the 4-hour time frame actually. As a result, let's just see. Let's look and see. Let's look and see. Each one of these candles right here. Yeah. Yeah. We've been in a downtrend this way for a while. This was a small retrace up, and it barreled on back down. Continuous run down, taking shorts off of all of this. However, we do suspect that there is going to be break structure in this, because this is signaling that it's going to go higher, as for what we described a second ago. But he wants us to look out for the, essentially, the breaker of the exact in name, breaks of structure. We want to see a trend get disrespected through a higher high and a higher low on a downtrend, or a lower high and a lower low on a uptrend. The reversal is what we're looking for. So I was wrong when I said it on the 4-hour. When I said this right here was our break of structure because the wick was so high and this was above this. That's wrong. He just corrected, and he corrected me, and I have corrected myself time and time out. We broke structure. We have not broke structure yet. Why? Because a break of structure is when we have a candle closure above where price action is, off of a recent high. As a result, this could be allotted to a single retrace right here. This would have been, in my opinion, my thought process, a failed retrace, because price reached all the way up here, but it wasn't enough to stay up there, right? So as a result, price took a hike back down, and now we're building back up to this. If in New York session we manage to get a candle closure above this right here, because this is an inverse fair value gap, it confirms that price wants to move in the opposite direction of where it's headed now. That's in a downtrend. We're waiting for a candle closure over here to come above this inverse fair value gap now, because this was not closed. Actually, this is still a valid fair value gap, if I'm not mistaken. So as a result, we're just waiting on a candle closure on New York session to go above this, or right here. And it might not happen in New York session. It might still happen in Asian session, or London session, or not Tokyo, it was Australian session. That's what we're waiting on. Yeah. I'm going to continue watching the video now, just so we're on the same page too. I'm not streaming this. So if you see this video on Orb Plus and you're new to the channel, you're old to the channel, you have seen my face on other channels before, I want to explicitly place out there that the content you see on this channel is solely going to be placed and seen on this channel. There have been a few times where I've streamed some content from what I wanted to put on this channel on Orb's Vault. That was wrong of me, because that is primarily meant for my gaming streams and have content coming in for those gaming streams. This channel is going to have videos every single day posted. So you won't have any streams. So you will have videos every single day posted to that channel. And it'll always be something to learn. It'll be something to master. It'll be something to sink in, if you will. Yeah, you will not see any live streams here. You might see a couple shorts, and that is my version of taking useful information from my videos without the hubris that is my mouth going off without the mind on track at the same time. So, in the event you decide or you hear something in this video that's just not quite right, and I have to refer back to the video and I go and correct myself, when I make that correction and you see it in a short and the video at the same time, that's me acknowledging that what I had just said was not only a direct reference from this video, but it was also me correcting myself and learning that discipline to continue to improve on my ability to trade and, of course, learn the skill in general. Repeat content is going to be a thing here. That is my way of learning. Without repeat content, I don't learn.